What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Still Slaps Music Reviews, album reviews. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, thank you very much for stopping by and checking out the channel, checking out the reviews. Greatly appreciated. Today on deck, we have a review of Baby Keem's The Melodic Blue, his new album that he just dropped. Baby Keem is a rapper that, first off, I had not heard of Baby Keem before recently when he had a collab with the one and only Kendrick Lamar, Family Ties. That was my first wind of Baby Keem. I think before that I was seeing his name around, a little bit here and there. But it all makes sense now. He is, according to sources, Kendrick's cousin. So, and that makes sense. You hear a lot of the vocal inflections, a lot of the vocal styles that Baby Keem is using. You definitely hear that resemblance in personality, which leads me to, I want to start with the positives for this thing. This kid is 20 years old, and he's got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of potential. His melodies on this thing are very, very potent in certain areas. They are very, very bright. They are very outstanding in certain pockets of the record. Specifically, if I'm being specific, tracks like Issues, tracks like, I want to say, I believe it was Coco with Don Toliver. Which is also impressive because that's Don Toliver that he's sitting next to on that. Tracks like Scars, he's giving you some great melodies, man. And then tracks like 16, those tracks all will give you a lens as to what pretty much what this kid is capable of when you're talking about these melodies. He can put together great songs if he really wants to. And on top of that, he's got that young, youthful appeal that the mainstream hip hop industry is pushing out. He's just got that appeal to the kids of the youth of the ones that are admiring this specific style, the very whiny type of aesthetic, the very whiny type of vocal aesthetic that you're looking for when you're talking about mainstream hip hop. He definitely has a lot of that going for him, which is on the positive end. And quite frankly, I do see, with a little bit more time, I see some growth and in his content and in his lyrical performance. And this could very well be a situation where he could definitely grow into a lane of his own. He's just got that potential, and I did hear that. Now, the downside of this album, it kind of, we do get another Kendrick feature, and that Kendrick feature is pretty cool. But unfortunately, the downside of this album is that the album lyrically, and I can't hold too much of this against Baby Keem, because he's only 20 years old. He's a kid, he's only 20 years old. So the downside is that the lyrical content of this album does get a little redundant really, really fast. I think that this album could have been shortened. It could have been shortened. It didn't have to be 16 tracks. I think if this album would have been boiled down to an EP, it would have done the job. Because other than that, lyrically, Baby Keem he's showing some redundancy. He's showing some repetitiveness in his lyrics, and unfortunately it does get a little dry in certain areas, and I found myself trying, barely getting through in a lot of spots of the album, and constantly checking back to the track list, looking to see when it was coming to an end. And I just think I don't think that that's Baby Keem's fault. If he's in a label situation and he's forced to crank out 16 tracks, that's not all his fault. I at this point, in my opinions, and as a person who makes music himself, I just think that the album length of 16 over 10 tracks is just not ideal for a lot of artists, even the bigger mainstream major artists. You guys can check out my past videos where I talk a little bit about that in depth, specifically in relevance to Kanye and Drake, because I feel like that's where they're at in their careers. They don't need to be making full-length albums at this point. Less is more, but that's just my opinion. If you were a fan of this album and you like the length of the album and you like the different directions that Baby Keem was pulling you, then it's a W for you. For me, I was feeling a little bit on the redundant side when it came down to hearing some of the content. I think that, like I said, he's a kid. He's gonna grow and he's going to mature. I really do have a sense that his melodies are going to be something to contend with, because he shows you that potential. It shines bright on this thing. And then on top of that, what he has going for him as a rapper, as an MC, is his personality. I hope that he does grow out of the whiny type of delivery that he has, but if not, that's cool. It'll be interesting to see as he gets older, if he's gonna still carry that, that tag, Baby Keem, or if he's gonna drop it and just go with Keem. Because you, as a grown man, it's just funny. It's just funny to think about that. Him being 30 years old, well into his career, and still having Baby Keem, still walking around with Baby Keem. So we'll see how that goes. But if you guys were a fan of this album, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're looking forward to more Baby Keem. I wanted to keep this album review short and brief because I think that it honestly did have, like I said, some great features. The Don Toliver feature was great, and there were a couple other artists that were on here. Serpent with Feet made it on here, which was pretty cool. It was good to see him in an appearance. But like I said, I don't really think that this album really has the best of Baby Keem. I think that he's got a little ways to go, and I think his melodies will make up for that in time. I want to see more with artists like Don Toliver, more of the melodic rappers. I think that Baby Keem will really fit into that lane more than he would in the sense of trying to, rap hard or bar up, so to speak. I think that he just fits in a certain spot right now, especially with his delivery. So let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling. Let me know what you thought. Thank you again for checking out the video. Yeah, we got more coming. Gonna just try and keep on bringing it for you guys. Thank you again for your support. I am Shuby, songwriter and rapper for Still Slaps. You can check out my music on the channel if you'd like. And either or, please leave a like, please leave a comment, and please subscribe. Thank you guys. This has been Baby Keem, the Melodic Blue. Still Slaps.